Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sunil Verma. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to lead International Day of Yoga celebrations at UN headquarters in New York. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh to hold talks with Defence Minister of Vietnam, General Phan Giang in New Delhi today. Gross direct tax collections for current fiscal registers 12.73% growth to 4,19,338 crore rupees so far. Third G20 Sustainable Finance Working Group meeting to begin today at Mahabalipuram near Chennai. G20 Tourism Working Group and Tourism Ministerial meetings to begin today in Goa. And Indian men's senior football team beat Lebanon 2-0 to clinch Intercontinental Cup in Bhubaneswar. International Day of Yoga will be celebrated on the 21st of June across the world. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the Yoga Day program at the United Nations headquarters in New York. The theme of Yoga Day this year is Yoga for Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Mr. Modi has in his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio urged listeners many times over the years to take up yoga for their physical and mental well-being.
इस वर्ष योग दिवस की थीम है योगा फॉर वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, यानी एक विश्व एक परिवार के रूप में सबके कल्याण के लिए योग। यह योग की उस भावना को व्यक्त करता है जो सबको जोड़ने वाली और साथ लेकर चलने वाली है। हर बार की तरह इस बार भी देश के कोने कोने में योग से जुड़े कार्यक्रम आयोजित किए जाएंगे।
Mann Ki Baat has thus played a seminal role in taking Mr. Modi's message of yoga to people in all corners of the country. In his Mann Ki Baat address yesterday, the Prime Minister had said, the 21st of June is a great opportunity for people who are not connected with yoga to take up the practice.
साथियों, इस बार मुझे न्यूयॉर्क के संयुक्त राष्ट्र मुख्यालय यूएन में होने वाले योग दिवस कार्यक्रम में शामिल होने का अवसर मिलेगा। मैं देख रहा हूं कि सोशल मीडिया पर भी योग दिवस को लेकर गजब का उत्साह दिख रहा है। साथियों, मेरा आप सभी से आग्रह है कि आप योग को अपने जीवन में जरूर अपनाएं, इसे अपनी दिनचर्या का हिस्सा बनाएं। अगर अब भी आप योग से नहीं जुड़े हैं तो आने वाली 21 जून इस संकल्प के लिए बेहतरीन मौका है।
The National Yoga Olympiad is being organized in Madhya Pradesh ahead of the main event on the 9th International Yoga Day on June the 21st at Jabalpur. The 3-day National Yoga Olympiad was inaugurated by Governor Mangu Bhai Patel in Bhopal yesterday. National Yoga Olympiad is being organized for the first time outside national capital Delhi. We have a report.
The National Yoga Olympiad is being organized by the National Council of Educational Research and Training. Overall, 640 school children, teachers and yoga gurus representing 26 states across the country are participating in the Olympiad. Children from Central School, Navodaya School, Eklavya School and other CBSE schools are participating in the Yoga Olympiad. These children have been selected on the basis of block, district and state level competitions. Students will be judged on the basis of performance in asanas, pranayam, kriyas, bandh and surya namaskar for the award. Bhopal has got the opportunity for the first time to host the National Yoga Olympiad. Sanjeev Sharma, Akashvani News, Bhopal.
Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh will hold bilateral talks with Minister of National Defence of Vietnam, General Phan Giang, in New Delhi today. The talks will be held to further boost the defence cooperation between India and Vietnam. As per Ministry of Defence, during the talks, both sides will also exchange views on regional and global issues of mutual interest. Mr. Giang is on a 2-day official visit to India. India and Vietnam share a comprehensive strategic partnership, and bilateral defence relations are a strong pillar of this partnership. Defence engagements between the two nations have diversified to include wide-ranging contacts between the services, military-to-military exchanges, high-level visits, capacity building, training programs, cooperation in UN peacekeeping, and bilateral exercises. The Defence Ministry is organizing a 2-day brainstorming session Chintan Shivir in New Delhi from today to discuss various issues and challenges faced by its departments. It is aimed to come up with new ideas for better governance and functioning of defence production, military affairs and ex-servicemen welfare departments. The ministry has identified a number of themes on which eminent subject matter experts will share their views with the officers. The Chintan Shivir will conclude with an open house session for inviting ideas and suggestions for enhancing organizational efficiency in various departments. The event is being organized in line with the government's directions to have a real-time audit of the objectives achieved till date and carve a way forward towards achieving the desired goals in realistic timelines. Gross direct tax collections for financial year 2023-24 till now have registered a growth of 12.73%. The figure stands at 4,19,338 crore rupees as compared to 3,71,982 crores in the corresponding period of the preceding financial year. Net collections are at 3,79,760 crores, showing a growth of 11.18%. Gross collections include corporation tax at 1,87,311 crore and personal income tax at 2,31,391 crore. Advance tax collections for the first quarter 2023-24 stands at 1,16,776 crores, showing a growth of 13.7%. Refunds amounting to 39,578 crores have also been issued in 2023-24 till now. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The third G20 Sustainable Finance Working Group meeting under India's presidency will be held in Mahabalipuram near Chennai from today. The working group will focus on mechanisms for mobilization of timely and adequate resources for climate finance, enabling finance for the sustainable development goals, and capacity building of the ecosystem for financing towards sustainable development. The G20 countries will also discuss financial instruments for social impact investment and nature-related data and reporting to address the gaps between data analysts and decision makers to make informed investment decisions, taking into account environmental impacts. India is developing a set of voluntary recommendations as part of its deliverables for 2023 to address the challenges and benefit the entire sustainable finance ecosystem. The concluding and fourth meeting of the G20 Tourism Working Group and Tourism Ministers meeting will begin today in Goa. Union Tourism Secretary V. Vidyavati said the working group will pass the Goa Roadmap for Tourism as a vehicle for achieving Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. She said the ministers' meeting will have G20 Tourism Ministers' Declaration. Under India's G20 Tourism track, the Tourism Working Group is working on 5 interconnected priority areas of green tourism, digitalization, skills, tourism, MSMEs, and destination management. Ms. Vidyavati said these priorities are key building blocks for accelerating the transition of the tourism sector and achieving the targets of the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. There will also be side events to discuss issues such as cruise tourism and circular economy of plastic in tourism, among others, she said. After remaining out of bounds for a fortnight, the Holy Trinity of Lord Jagannath Temple at Puri in Odisha appeared before devotees in a youthful avatar on Navajoban Darshan this morning. The devotees can have the Navajoban Darshan of sibling deities of Jagannath Temple for 3 hours till 11 a.m. Lakhs of devotees gathered in a serpentine queue to catch a first glimpse of the Lords, who was seemingly taken ill after a luxurious shower on Devasnan Purnima on June the 4th. The deities had since been treated in a solitary room in the shrine and were off limits to devotees. We have more from our correspondent.
Deities were given traditional cosmetic care of the face performed called Banak Lagi by a unique set of servitors before appearing for public darshan this morning. Lakhs of devotees made a long beeline for their first glimpse of Lord Balabhadra, Devi Subhadra, Lord Jagannath and Sudarshan. Meanwhile, the beach town is all set for the 9-day Rath Yatra, which will kick off from tomorrow. Carpenters are giving finishing touches to the construction work of the chariots. The administration has banned devotees from touching the deities or devotees in disguise, which will be considered a cognizable offence during Pahandi or atop chariots during Rath Yatra. SN Patnaik, Akashvani.
The Gandhi Peace Prize for the year 2021 will be conferred on Geeta Press, Gorakhpur. The jury, headed by the Prime Minister, took the unanimous decision yesterday. The award will be given to Geeta Press in recognition of its outstanding contribution to social, economic and political transformation through non-violent and other Gandhian methods. Established in 1923, Geeta Press is one of the world's largest publishers, having published over 41 crore books in 14 languages, including over 16 crore Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The award, given by Ministry of Culture, Gandhi Peace Prize, carries an amount of 1 crore rupees, a citation and a plaque. Prime Minister Modi congratulated Geeta Press, Gorakhpur. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, Geeta Press have done commendable work over the last 100 years towards furthering social and cultural transformations among the people. In Rajasthan, flood-like situations continue in Barmer, Jalore and Sirohi districts due to heavy rains inflicted by cyclone Biparjoy. Extremely heavy rainfall has been recorded at several places of Jalore, Barmer, Sirohi and Pali districts in the last 48 hours, due to which normal life has been badly affected. Heavy rainfall has also been recorded in some other districts, including Rajsamand and Udaipur. 3 people have died in rain-related accidents so far. The Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for heavy rain with strong winds in Ajmer, Pali, Udaipur, Sirohi and Rajsamand districts even today. More from our correspondent.
More than 300 millimeters of rain has been received at many places in Jalore, Badmer, Sirohi and Pali districts in the last 48 hours. This is the reason why flood-like situations have emerged in the desert. 3 to 4 feet of water has accumulated in many towns and villages of Badmer, Pali and Jalore districts. Many routes have been blocked. NDRF, SDRF and district administration are engaged in relief and rescue work in the affected areas. Jitendra Dwivedi, Akashvani News, Jaipur.
Indian men's senior football team clinched the Intercontinental Cup with a 2-0 victory over Lebanon in the final at Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar yesterday. The first half was goalless, while the second half, the hosts made it 1-0 in the 46th minute with Indian captain Sunil Chetri's goal. And now, for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Navneet Singh.
Thank you, Sunil. In a robust sign, direct tax kitty sees 12.7% jump so far this fiscal, headlines Hindustan Times. The Gandhi Peace Prize 2021 is to be conferred on Geeta Press, Gorakhpur. Congratulating them, Prime Minister Modi commended the establishment for the work done by them in community service, reports the Asian Age. Cutoffs increased across categories this year in JEE Advanced, with IIT Hyderabad zone accounting for the highest number of qualifying candidates, writes the Indian Express. The slow progress of monsoon has pushed back Kharif sowing, reports the Economic Times. India is 37% rain deficit so far, writes the paper. India's dynamic duo of Satwiksairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty winning the men's doubles title at the Indonesia Open has widely been reported by dailies. Satwiksairaj and Chirag clinch historic doubles title, headlines The Pioneer. And with that, it's back to you, Sunil.
Thank you, Navneet. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to lead International Day of Yoga celebrations at UN headquarters in New York. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh to hold talks with Defence Minister of Vietnam, General Phan in New Delhi today. Gross direct tax collections for current fiscal register 12.73% growth to 4,19,338 crore rupees so far. Third G20 Sustainable Finance Working Group meeting to begin today at Mahabalipuram near Chennai. G20 Tourism Working Group and Tourism Ministerial meetings to begin today in Goa. And Indian men's senior football team beat Lebanon 2-0 to clinch Intercontinental Cup in Bhubaneswar. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.